Hello, so I'm changing the format of these videos a bit. I hope you enjoy the new format. It's still gonna be about repairs, and today we're gonna work on iPhone 12. It's a simple 12. This came in from a different repair shop with no power, so they say it doesn't power up. What they tried, they wrote here, they tried a new battery, a new display, and they tried the board in a different known working case, and there was no change. So given the fact that it seems to be dead completely, the first thing we assume is probably it has a short somewhere. So let's start the investigation and see where it leads us to. Alright, so to open the iPhone 12 we need a set of screwdrivers that we can find here. We need a board heating pad. I'm using this one from Mechanic, and we need an opening tool that I'm gonna get later because there's not much place on the table. So I'm starting the heating pad. This is gonna heat up to 70 degrees centigrade, and we leave the phone with the display down, just lying on the heat pad until I feel it warm enough to open it. I'm just gonna remove the two screws. That's a bit of a problem. So we have a screw here that is damaged. Okay, that's weird. I wonder how did the repair shop open it with that damaged screw. Is it maybe they just lied about opening it? This screw is obviously damaged. There's no head there that I can stick my screwdriver in. Okay, let's try something else. Have a tool here. Well, a tool, I have some screwdrivers that are not made for phones, but rarely in these cases some of the heads might help. I'm gonna try with a flat one, a very small flat head. Let's see if I can just force it here, but it doesn't seem to work. Okay, it doesn't open, so I'm gonna still try to pry it out, and maybe this was worked on previously, and they cut the how is it called, the thing that holds the screw in there, because I've seen those cases where they just couldn't remove the screw and they cut the things from the display that are holding the display in place with a screw. But let's see. I'm gonna keep hitting this one. Let me get my Refox opening tool. This is the best one, best tool ever. So in the beginning I didn't have a tool for opening phones. I was just opening them using various blades and stuff. Well, I still use these, but it's nice because they are green, and I have a green screen in the back, so they will see, the handle is actually green and you can see through them. Yeah, but let's see how this works. and maybe we can open it. I'm gonna speed up the video up and then, so we don't have a very long video. I think it's all enough. Right, let's see. Does that screw still work or not? I'm not gonna force it. I can see it bending here a bit, so it means I can start applying some IPA. IPA in heat helps a lot in removing the displays. Alright, so I see it has lifted here already. See, on this side you can see the crack, but on the other side it's still stuck here in the corner, and I'm afraid it's held by that screw. So it popped off. Alright, that's interesting. So you can see the screen popped off on both sides. I hope it's not broken, but I think I didn't assume wrong. I think this has been opened before, and probably they did cut that that thing. I'm gonna show you in a sec. So the screen is off. Yeah, so you see it has here two things. Let me grab some pointer. Yeah, one is there. It still has the hole and the blocking, and the other one is just broken because the screw is in there and it can't be removed. So that's good. I don't like what I see here. So I can see this is peeling off, meaning that somebody has already worked on it, and that's not a great start. Right, let me try to focus on it better, and let's start opening, removing the screws. This magnetic tray is a bit crowded now. One, two. So I removed the battery shield, and I'm gonna remove the shield that's over the top connectors, but let me remove the battery connector first, because some of the connectors might be like glued to a shield, and when you lift up the shield, you will lift up the connectors. In theory, there should be no problem. But when there's power on the board, you can easily have a short or something. But usually it happens when you try to plug in something when the phone is powered, rather than when you remove a connector. So I'm gonna power it on. Well, not power it on, I'm gonna connect it to the power supply. This is a 12. And let's see what is going on here. Need more light. Okay, I think that's better. Alright, so the power supply is connected. Let me see if you can see what's going on here. Let me power on. Where is it? This one. Okay, so this is the power supply. power supply is connected, and now I'm gonna press the power on the power supply, and we have an instant 4 amps short somewhere. Yeah, that's can be good news or bad news, we don't know. We always hope for an easy one, like a shorted cap near the NAND. That means that we don't have to split up the boards or something. Let me show you what I did now. So now I have removed completely the screen, because I'm gonna take the thermal cam and we're gonna have a look on the thermal camera and see where the heat comes from, because that would indicate where our short is. I'm gonna switch you to this screen. Let me open the thermal camera. Alright, let's see if we can see both the camera and the power supply. Yeah, we can see them both. And with the thermal camera here, I'm gonna press power again. Okay, I don't see any lights coming from there, nor there. I can see the how's it called, the squid getting hot. Well, that's interesting. It's just the squid. And nothing else. Maybe under. There is something. I think I can see something there. I don't know if it's a reflection. No. So you see, under that shield, but it's inside the boards, there's a blimp of light. So our short must be on the core board, but we need to split the boards and have a look at it and see what's going on. So to split the boards, we first need to remove this board from the phone. I see it's already missing this shield here over the SIM tray connectors. Maybe they didn't put it back properly after testing it in a different case. We don't know, but that can be it. I'll remove this poor thing. Alright, so we need to remove the screws. You have two Phillips head screws, or small ones. One, two, actually three, because there's another one here under the camera connector. Okay, I also like to remove this screw here from the cameras, because it will allow me to bend the flex, this flex over. And bending it over will help removing the board. Okay, and there's another screw here. It's not actually holding the board, so it's just holding the two boards that are already soldered, are holding it together. I don't know actually why they put it there. They could just put a post like there's around here. Of course, I forgot to remove this connector. Alright, so we have the we have the board out. We can put this aside, and we can jump under the microscope. Let's see. Let me clean a bit here, because it got a bit crowded. And under the microscope we can have a better look at the board and see if we can spot something that's weird. Let me set my focus here. I'm gonna set it for you first, and then I'm gonna set it for me here on the eyepieces. Okay, it's perfect. Alright, so looking here at the board, I can't see anything out of the ordinary. Everything looks good, except that somebody removed this, but maybe it was the technician that tried the board in a different case, and actually here you have that that cable, that flex that comes here to the power button and volume buttons connector, and it comes like this over the NAND, and there is a sticker over it, on top of it. So it is possible he just ripped it off by mistake, so maybe there was no work on the board. I can't really see any marks that the board has been worked on. I was hoping for an easier repair where one of these caps was shorted. That was easy money because we didn't even have to remove the board from the case. But this is life. We can just start peeling this nasty stuff off. On some phones it comes out easy, on others it doesn't. I believe this phone got a bit hot, especially you know that we saw the heat spot around here, see? So it is possible that because of the heat this adhesive is a bit mushy, but with a little bit of patience we can remove it. Okay, let's see this one here. So yeah, this was coming out easy, so it's probably because of the heat. The adhesive on that side was a bit see, this one is also coming off freely and with no issues. And then we still have this on the side. I'm gonna remove it. That's good. The other side there's nothing, so here we are. Let's remove this on the back. I'm gonna use some heat first, so I'm using like 350 40R and just hit this evenly. The stickers will come out much easily if the board is heated properly. Sorry, I'm looking well to the right there because there's my screen, and I can see there the camera is front facing me, so now I'm looking at the camera, but the screen that I look at is actually there, and it's actually my right. So I constantly look at the screen to make sure that the cameras are working, but most of all I need to make sure that you are seeing the proper picture and you are getting the right material, because this is what I'm doing for you actually. Yeah, so The board is ready, there's no more foamy stuff, there's no plastics on the bag, so we can just start working on removing on desoldering the boards. Let me find the 12 plate. So this is the plate for iRepair MS1 for the 12. Okay, I'm gonna start the heater. I'm gonna set it to 230 degrees because this is 20 off, and I'm gonna start the timer. And once it reaches like 100 here, I'm gonna start adding some flux around the board, but I'm gonna put it under the microscope so you can see the whole process and see what's going on there. We're currently at 70, 80, 90. Okay, so we're closing to 100. I'm gonna go under the microscope. Let me switch the view so you can see it too. Okay, so now it's like 122. I'm starting to add here on the sides the flux. I'm just gonna add flux all around it. There's still a piece of foam there, I don't like it, but that's life. Okay. And once the board will reach 200, well, not the board but the machine reaches 200, I'm gonna start applying some hot air all around it. Yeah, okay, let me switch the view. Okay, so it's 192. I'm gonna already start it, heating it up. I'm using the 350-40 air, 350 degrees. So remember, this is 20 off, so now it says 200 degrees, the board is 180. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep applying heat all around it, and I'm gonna insist mostly on this part here because it needs a lot, and on this one here because it needs a lot of heat there, especially on the inside. If you don't heat it up very well, you're gonna get those oxidized pads, which is really bad, especially on the 12 models. All the 12s like 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max and 12 Simple, except the 12 Mini. The 12 Mini has a low melt alloy, so it's like the X, XS, 11, easy to open. Alright, and now I'm gonna insist more here on this side. There's this shield here, there's the CPU under it, there's the NAND, and there's a lot of grounds in this corner, so it really takes a lot of heat. We don't want to heat it up too much, as we don't want to create shorts. And the board is out, as you can see. There's no oxidized pads. I already see them like shining, you know. There's a bit of smoke produced in this process, but that's life. We get used to it. We're gonna jump back to the microscope, and first thing I'm gonna clean that thermal compound that's over the CPU, and it helps moving the high temperatures and distributing them around the board. So this one is clean. Alright, and now let's clean the bottom board. And after this is clean, we can look and investigate our issue further. This is relatively good. We won't have to deal too much with the bottom, as I believe the short is on the top. So we noticed the first time we tested, we noticed there was a hit spot around here. So let's see what's on the other side. On the other side we have a big cap here, a smaller one here, and also we have the USB IC, or I don't know, is it called Kraken maybe? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect the power supply again to the board. Yeah. So we're mainly interested around this area here. Power supply is connected. Let me press the power. Yeah, the short is still there. Let me switch you to the proper view. Let's grab the thermal camera again and see what's heating up over there. Alright, I need to make a stand for this one. I always say that, never do it. But it would be way easier if I would have a stand for the thermal cam. Okay, let me move this up a bit so you can see both the power supply and the camera. Alright, I think we have a good view here. Let's power on. Bang! And we see that cap there lighting up. It's right above the USB IC. Okay, so easy peasy. That's a cap on the main line, so we don't really care about it because there are like 30,000 other caps. Let me switch back to the microscope. And the problematic cap is this one right here. And it's right above the spot that we are seeing on the other side. Let me see if I can bump it like that. I can't. Let me try with the knife. Don't expect me to remove it because I will never do it. If it doesn't work, I don't really want to heat up the board. Yeah, and it just cracked. Okay, unfortunately I moved also the other one over there. Let's look, let me look at the schematic and see what that one is. 1 second, I'm gonna switch you the view also, but I need to log into ZXW and I really don't wanna share my passwords. It's extremely slow. I don't have a very good internet connection either. Alright, let me switch you here. Don't care about this one, don't care about this one. So we care about this one. This was the cap that was actually broken for us. It's the VDDMA line. This one here that I moved, it's also on the VDDMA line, so I'm just gonna eject that one too. I will not care a bit about it. I know there's people that are actually replacing these caps, but come on. Putting heat stress on the board, and look at this. So this is the VDDMA line. Almost everything is a cap, so there's caps on this line, a huge amount of caps. It's not gonna miss one and it's not gonna miss two. So yeah, that's it. Alright, we have here the phone. Let me switch to the camera here. Let's put the screen. I'm gonna install the screen. For the 12 we need to connect the ALS because it will not have image. Without it we will not be able to see on the screen if the ALS is not connected. This is only for the 12. I'm gonna power it on. Well, let me switch you to the computer. I will start again the software for the power supply. Right, see, I'm gonna power it on. No more short. We have a 10 milliamp draw, and then it comes back. That's the NFC. And now I'm just gonna prompt it to boot using the tweezers. And now you see we have a good nice power behavior. The phone started to boot. We have here an Apple logo. Let me switch you to the correct screen. Turn this off. Phone appears to be booting. I hope I don't have any face on the screen, otherwise I'm gonna have to edit this on and blur it, but we'll see. Usually there's a picture there. The phone is still booting fine. See here, it's really nice. And now looking over here, yeah, we have working touch, we have an image, and I say this is good. I'm not gonna go. Actually, the next thing to do is to reball the layers and solder them back together. I have tons of videos about it. I'm not gonna go through it. I just went through this repair. Phone is working, all is good. Now you can extrapolate and see and imagine how it is to solder this back, but it's not relevant for this video. So thanks for watching. I hope you like it, share and subscribe.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can